I think what made the difference was our determination to ensure that we picked the 3 points, knowing fully well the result of the last game, and we also knew that other than a win, nothing takes us forward, and that's why we had to put in everything to make sure that we got the win that we got. I really must appreciate the girls for the kind of energy and effort they put in trying to make sure that they kept their lead, and eventually they put in everything to win the game. I really give them kudos. Thank you. Like I said, sometimes you have bad days and things don't just work for you. I said the last game, so many things went wrong, and we made so many mistakes and were punished for it. And we learned from what happened in the last game. We got the team better, had a better game plan, and eventually we got the result that we actually got. For criticisms, it is something that as a coach we must learn to live with, because you cannot please everybody. And everybody sees football from a different perspective. Everybody has his own perspective. So it's just for you to believe in what you do, keep doing it. If it works out well, fine. If it doesn't work out, you must be ready to take the blame for anything that happens, because that's the nature of the job. I some few days ago, when I was asked about certain players being played out of position, I said we have versatile players in the team that are flexible, that could play in different positions. We already had Christie that was playing more as a holding midfielder, and we also know that she's a central defender. She can equally play from the central defense. So when Dimehi got the red card, the natural thing is to drop the other central defender without even making any changes. We kept watching the way the game went on, and we had two plans of what to do in the event of what we are anticipating the opposition will do. But we didn't want to attract, go back, sit at home, and then allow them come at us, because that could also be danger. So we said, let us keep play in front, keep believing, and keep the ball, and then see how we could also see out the game, or possibly do a quick counter and get the second goal to kill off the game. Like I said, it's about the flexibility of the players. That was why we never panicked, because we knew we had people that could also do the job at the back. It says so much about this team. It's a team that has a lot of character. It's a team that they never give up. They never give up until the end. Even in the last edition, you could see the way most of the games went. Even when they are leading, they keep going, because in the last edition we scored goals even in added time, even when we were comfortable, to show you the mentality and the character of the team. And in previous games we have played, in the last 10, 15, 20 minutes, we still score goals. So even when we are leading, we don't go back home, just sit down and say, yes, we are leading, and then we go. And even when things don't go wrong, they keep fighting until the end. Once they hear the final whistle, that's the time the team relaxes. Otherwise, they still believe in whatever it is that they are doing, and they keep fighting and working until they see out any game. So it's a character in the team that we're so happy about. The never give up attitude in the team is something that keeps the team going. Yes, it's something that calls for concern, especially, fortunately, we are still in the group stages, and we'll try and see how we'll assess all those cards, the players involved, and try to see how we play safe before we get to the knockout stages. But under normal circumstances, when your players begin to pick so many cards, it calls for concern, and then we'll try and see how we can address that so that it doesn't affect us going forward. Well, it calls for concern because, the higher you go, when you meet maybe much stronger opposition, you will make one mistake and you get punished and you never come out of it. So it is something that calls for concern that we need to look at, and then see how we can also work on it to make sure that we minimize the kind of mistakes that we make, giving away balls, in a manner that it's uncalled for, and then putting ourselves in danger. It's something that we must look at and try to see how we can address that issue. Because, like I said, you meet some teams, one mistake, they punish you, and the door closes. So we don't take chances with those kind of things. Yeah, it's a much improved team because, like a team coming from a 6-0 win, naturally, the confidence will be there. Even the way they started, you could see their approach to the game. Within the first 10, 15 minutes, they were pushing to make sure that they got something. We knew they would also come at us, and that was why we tried to make sure that we we don't give them the kind of space they would need to also do what they do. But on a general note, they are not a bad side. They have improved also. That we beat them today is one of those things in football that you must take.